Welcome back. And now we are going to discuss here few important features, few important interfaces what are available in our industry and in your day-to-day work if you will choose Java as your career in industry. So whenever you will write any collection and if anyone asks you to perform a sorting, so without these interfaces what I am going to discuss, you will not move ahead. There are two important interface. One is the comparable and second interface is comparator. Comparable interface is part of lang package. Comparator interface is part of util package. These two interfaces we are using for comparison. Especially we are using in sorting. This comparable interface have a method called compare to. If this method will return 0, means in comparison both objects are same. If this method will return negative, means first object is greater than the second one. And if this method will return positive, means first object is smaller than the second one. Now any class which want to do the sorting, that class must implement this comparable interface. And there inside the class you have to override compare to method. And after the overriding, yes, there you will write the logic of comparison, and based on that sorting will happen. Here here if I will show you with this example, my student class want to perform sorting, then what it is doing, it is child of person as well as it is implementing comparable interface. Comparable interface is having a method called compare to. So here you are going to compare. How you are comparing? So you are taking here your student class object like you are passing, and then you will take the first object dot compare to this second object. So based on, suppose if anyone asks you to perform sorting based on the name, based on the age, so what are the name and age, that method you will call, and based on that it will do the comparison and will perform the sorting. So hope you are able to understand that part, how you are using interface, inbuilt interfaces like a comparable. In the same way, you have many other interfaces which you are using for tagging. Tagging means marking. Those interfaces are known as marker interface. There, if you will go with material or book, you will see interfaces which don't have any method. Means interface without method are known as marker interface. But it is not true. It is partially true. There in future you will see one interface is there runnable, which are having a method run, but it is a marker interface also. Marker interface main purpose is like a tagging. So question is here, to whom it will tag. So it will tag to your JVM. Especially marker interface you are using in your program if you are going to access some external resources, like you want to create clone, like you want to store some object into a file, like you want to access some remote machine. So for that purpose you are using, because accessing the external resource is not in the range of your Java. So for handling to those, you have to mark to your JVM. You have to tag to your JVM, I want to do this. And what are the JVM internal methods they are having, based on that the JVM will do. So for that purpose we are using this marker interface. Here few important marker interfaces are there, like a clonable, serializable, remote. Clonable you are using to create clone of your object. Serializable you are using to create, to store object into a file. Remote you are using to access remote machine. So hope you are able to understand, like this clonable you are using to create a clone. Inside clonable you have a clone method. Based on the clone method you can create clone of any object. Means you have, suppose here I have a teacher class object, and using the clone method I have created one clone object. So whatever value will be in clone object, same will reflect in your actual object also. So if you will see here, I have one object calling the clone and getting the another one. So here if I try to access that value inside the teacher, so here that cloned value, cloned object, it will return. Cloned object, it will return, and based on that you will be able to save, because it will refer to same memory. So you will be able to save memory, and as well as people will feel there are many other objects. So here to create this clone method, you are using clonable marker interface. With the help of clonable interface, you are doing the clone. So hope you are able to understand up to this clone. Here I have given the detail of one example, and I'm implementing clonable, and there I have a clone. So that clone method, I have written here the body of that, and based on that I'm going to create a clone. Means like with the help of super.clone, I'm going to create a clone. And once clone will ready, based on the clone, whatever changes you will do, that will reflect in a real object also. This clone part, you all are comfortable, you all are able to understand. Thank you very much. Thank you.